students, good morning. Hope all of you are safe at home. This is me, your science teacher. Today we are going to start third part of our science textbook. That is from physics part we are going to discuss the first topic, that is heat. Hope all of you are ready for the class, right? In chapter 3, you have learned that woolen cloths are made from animal fibers. You also know that cotton cloths are made from plant fibers. We wear woolen clothes during winter when it is cold outside. Woolen cloths keep us warm. We prefer to wear light colored cotton cloths when it is hot. This gives us feeling of coolness. You might have wondered why particular types of clothes are suitable for particular season. In winter, you feel cold inside the house. If you come out in the sun, you feel warm. In summer, you feel hot even inside the house. How do we know whether an object is hot or cold? How do we find out how hot or cold an object is? In this chapter, we shall try to seek answer to some of these questions. Okay, students, today we are going to discuss about heat, and today's objectives of the class are: first, we will discuss about sources of heat and properties of heat. Then, we will go to discuss the difference between heat and temperature. Measuring temperature. Types of thermometers. About clinical thermometer and about laboratory thermometer we are going to discuss. Then, what are the precautions we need to take while measuring temperature by using thermometer? Precautions to be observed while using thermometers. Then we will discuss about differences between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. These all are the objectives of the today's class. Okay students, let us start the topic by solving the simplest worksheet of the topic. Okay, this is our worksheet which is very colorful and very simple. Cross the object which are hot. For that we need to put a cross mark, and tick the object which are cold. Here some objects are given, so by seeing them we can guess whether it is hot or cold. If it is hot, we need to put wrong mark, and if it is cold, we have to put right mark. Okay, first one, a glass of juice. It is cold, right? Whereas a cup of hot coffee is hot, so it is wrong mark. Ice cream, it is a cold object, whereas hot pizza, it is hot. Then fire is hot, whereas ice cubes, it is also very cold. Do you think this completes your task? No. The further level of this worksheet is like this. Observe all the things in your home. Make a list at least 15 items of hot object and 15 objects which are in cold in nature. Okay, 15 hot objects and 15 cold objects. If you observe more than 15, you can definitely extend your list. Write it in your classwork and send it to me. Let us see who will make the longer list. Okay. Heat is a form of energy. We have learnt about this in our previous year. The physical cause due to which hotness or coldness is felt is termed as heat. It is known as heat. Physical cause due to which hotness of the object or coldness of the object is felt is known as heat. Heat energy is the kinetic energy. Energy of motion. Kinetic energy means energy which moves due to the vibration of molecules. It is defined as the kinetic energy of random motion of the particles with which material body are composed of. Heat is defined as a kinetic energy in which the particles move randomly. When the heat is passed, the particle move randomly and it carries heat along with it. Unit of heat is calorie. The quantity of heat required to rise 1 gram of pure water through 1 degree Celsius is equals to 1 calorie. This is the SI unit of heat. Already we know the source of heat, right? Then one and only natural source of heat is the sun. Natural source of heat energy is the sun. It can be found in plant and animal products. Fossil fuels, wood and charcoal are the forms of plant and animal products which are formed within the earth. These are the sources of heat. Then effects of heat. Effects of heat are as follows. Heat has a capacity to change the temperature, to increase the temperature of the object. Change in temperature, when water is heated, its temperature increases and it starts boiling. What happens when you keep a cup of water on the stove and light it on? Then the water starts boiling as the temperature increases. When the heat increases, the temperature of the water increases. This is the effect of heat. Then change in state. On boiling water, steam is evolved. That is, the liquid state changes into its gaseous state. When the water starts boiling, it was in liquid state, right? When the heat increases, the temperature also increases. Then the liquid water changes into a gaseous state. Then it evaporates from the pump. So, heat also has a capacity to change the state of an object. Hot and cold objects. In our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Tea is hot and ice is cold. We see that some objects are cold while some are very hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than other while some are colder than other. For example, now in the first image we can tell that coffee is hot whereas ice is cold. Then iron, it is hot whereas the red iron is hottest. Compared to this hot coffee and iron box, the iron rod is the hottest, right? Then cold coffee is very cold. Compared to this, it is coldest, right? Like this we can guess by using our sense of touch. Some objects are hotter than the other and some are very cold than other. We often decide which object is hotter than the other by touching the objects, right? We cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide how hot or how cold an object is. The hotness of an object is measured by its temperature. We can tell only it is hot or hotter or hottest, right? If not cold or coldest things, but we cannot measure it accurately how much it is hot than the previous object. We can't tell it the temperature of the object, right? So when we add heat to the body, the motion of its particle increases. The particles increases its motion by transferring the heat. When the heat is removed, the motion of the particle decreases. It stops moving because there is no form of energy helps them to move in the object, right? So to know the accurate amount of temperature of the object, we are going to use an instrument that is thermometer. To know the accurate temperature of the object, this instrument is used. About the thermometer we are going to discuss in our next. Already we know that heat is a form of energy. Energy flowing from one body of matter to another spontaneously due to their temperature differences. So, the most important characteristic of heat is heat always transfer from body of higher temperature to the body of lower temperature, or heat flows spontaneously from an hotter body to a colder body. You can see red part of the object is very hot. So the molecules start moving from red to blue by passing the heat. This is the characteristic of heat. Temperature. What is temperature? It helps to measure how hot or cold something is. It helps to measure the hotness or the coldness of an object. Energy moves between objects that have different temperatures. Heat is energy that moves between the object of different temperatures. The difference in temperature makes the energy move back and forth. Always heat moves from higher temperature to the lower temperature. Okay, all of us have confusion between heat and temperature, right? Now, let us see the difference between heat and temperature. Differences between heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy. It is one form of energy. Temperature, it is a measure of heat energy level. It helps to measure the level of hotness of an object. Heat energy rises the temperature of a body. See here, heat energy rises the temperature of the body. As the heat increases, obviously temperature will also increases. Temperature decides the direction of flow of heat. Heat flows from a body at higher temperature to the body at lower temperature. Heat always flows from higher temperature to the lower temperature. Temperature decides the direction of the flow of heat in an object. Okay. Heat is measured in joules. The unit of heat is joule. SI unit of heat is joule, whereas the temperature is measured in degree Celsius or Kelvin or Fahrenheit. All these are the different SI units used to measure the temperature, whereas heat is measured in terms of joules. Okay students, now we are going to perform a very simple activity. Let us discuss about this activity now. Later you can perform the same activity in your home, which is very simple. So let's start. Take three small containers as shown in the diagram. Three containers. Label them as A, B and C. First one as A, then second one as B, then third one as C. Put cold water in mug A. In first mug, you have to put cold water. Then hot water in mug B. In second mug, you have to put hot water. Mix some cold and hot water in mug C. Mug C contains both hot and cold water. Now dip your left hand in mug A. A contains cold water, right? In that you need to put your left hand in mug A and right hand in mug B. Mug B contains hot water, right? In that you are going to put your right hand. After keeping the hands in two mugs for 2 to 3 minutes, means you need to keep your left and right hand in mug A and B for about 2 to 3 minutes. You will experience that your left hand in mug A feels cold, whereas in mug B your right hand feels that water is very hot. Right. After 2 to 3 minutes, put both the hands simultaneously in mug C. At a time, you have to remove both the hands from both mugs. Then you need to keep in Mug C. Mug C contains both hot and cold water. Right? What happens? Do both the hand get same feeling? Both the hands feel same? You confused, right? We cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Right? What happens when you keep both the hands immediately in third container? The left hand, which is in cold water, feels that object C is contains very hot water. Mug C has hot water, whereas your right hand, which you kept in hot water, feels that the mug C contains cold water. See, both are your hands, but the opinion of the both sense of both the objects means both the hands will confuse you, right? Whether the sea contains hot water or cold water, you have mixed answer, right? No teacher, my left hand is telling that mug C contains hot water, whereas my right hand is telling that mug C contains cold water is your answer, right? Yes, it confuses. That's why we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Sometimes it may deceive us. Then, how do we find out how hot an object really is? How can we find out? Yes, there is an instrument which helps to know the temperature of an object. That is nothing but thermometer. Measuring temperature. How can we measure temperature? Yes. Have you seen a thermometer? Recall that when you or someone else in your family had fever, the temperature was measured by a thermometer. The thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. See here, the thermometer that measures our body temperature, that is called as clinical thermometer. Means our doctors are using clinical thermometers. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. It has a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. Thickness of the glass is same. It remains same. And at the end it has one bulb. This bulb contains mercury. Outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. It also has a scale on thermometer. The scale we use is Celsius scale, indicated by degree Celsius. Symbol of degree Celsius is this, capital C. Okay. This is the structure of clinical thermometer. Measurement of temperature. Temperature is measured by using a device called thermometer. It is used to thermometer is used to check the temperature. We measure temperature in degrees. Temperature is measured on two scales. First one is Celsius and Fahrenheit. Degree C means capital C is the symbol of the Celsius scale, whereas capital F is the symbol of Fahrenheit scale. The Fahrenheit scale is most popular in the United States, whereas Celsius scale is most commonly used in the Canada. Thermometer is an instrument that is used to measure temperature accurately. Thermometers is the instrument which is used to measure the amount of heat in the body. Body temperature is a measurement of the amount of heat in the body. The balance between heat produced and heat lost is the body temperature. Amount of heat produced by the object and amount of heat lost by the object. In between that, what is the balanced heat is present, that is known as body temperature. The normal adult body temperature is 37 degree Celsius. Okay. Mercury in clinical thermometer contract when in contact with coldness. It becomes very contracted when it is in contact with coldness, and it expands when it is in contact with heat. Means it becomes enlarged when it is in contact with heat, therefore indicating the measure of temperature. So we use mercury in the thermometers. You may have question why only mercury is used in the clinical thermometer. Because of this nature, it contracts when it is in contact with a cold object or coldness, and it expands when it is in contact with the heat. A clinical thermometer has a king. There is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in the thermometers. Mercury is toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. So, we have a lot of concern over a thermometer in which mercury is used. Mercury helps us to give accurate temperature, but it is a toxic substance, means it is poisonous substance. So, we find it difficult to dispose. When the thermometer breaks, it is difficult to dispose the ther clinical thermometer. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. So, nowadays we are using digital thermometers, so in which mercury is not used, but it also gives us accurate temperature of the human body. Okay, now we are going to see what are the precautions should be taken while reading a clinical thermometer. Okay, thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. It means we need to wash the thermometer before we use the thermometer to check our body temperature, and even after checking by using antiseptic solutions. Ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degree Celsius. Means before making use of the thermometer, before checking our body temperature, we should make sure that the temperature, mercury level should be below 35 degree Celsius. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. By holding it properly, we need to read the temperature. Handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it can break. We need to handle it carefully because it is made up of glass. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. We should not hold the thermometer towards the bulb side. Opposite side we need to hold it so that we can get correct readings. These are the precautions we need to keep it in our mind while using clinical thermometer to check the body temperature. Is the body temperature of every person is same? No, it is not same for every person, but the average normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. The temperature of every person may not be 37 degrees Celsius. It could be slight higher or slight lower. Actually, what we call normal temperature is average body temperature of a large number of healthy person. When so many members body temperature is taken at a certain climatic condition, then average people have 37 degrees Celsius. So it is considered as average normal temperature of a human being. It may be slight higher or slight lower. The clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of human body. Normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius. That is the reason that this thermometer has the range of 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. It has the range of 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Now let us see about the next type of thermometer, that is a laboratory thermometer. How do we measure the temperature of other objects? For this purpose, there are thermometers. One such thermometer is known as the laboratory thermometer. Means laboratory thermometer is used to measure the temperature of other objects. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. It also contains a bulb at one end and a narrow long glass tube. Then it is made up of a thread which includes alcohol in this. It contains alcohol which shows the temperature of the object accurately. So it is called as laboratory thermometer, which is used to measure the temperature of the objects. The range of this laboratory thermometer is from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Let us see the differences between laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is scaled from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius or from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Whereas laboratory thermometer is generally scaled from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. In clinical thermometer, mercury level does not fall on its own, as there is a kink near the bulb to prevent the fall of mercury level. In clinical thermometer, the mercury level does not fall on its own because it has a kink which helps to prevent the fall of mercury level. It falls slowly because we need time to read. That's why there is a kink in the clinical thermometer. Whereas laboratory thermometer, in this mercury level falls on its own as no kink is present. In laboratory thermometer there is no kink. So the mercury level falls on its own. Then in clinical thermometer, temperature can be read after removing the thermometer from armpit or mouth. It remains same after few minutes to read the temperature of the human body. Whereas in laboratory thermometer, you need to read the temperature of the object while keeping the thermometer in the source such as liquid or anything. See here, in this we can read the temperature of the object. For that, the thermometer should be in the object or in the source. Whereas here we can remove it from the body to read the temperature of the human body. Next, to lower the mercury level, jerks are given. Here, in laboratory thermometer, no need to give jerks to down the mercury level. Automatically it falls. So there is no need to give jerk in the laboratory thermometer. Whereas in clinical thermometer, jerks are given. Clinical thermometer is used to take the body temperature. Already we know this. That's why doctors use clinical thermometers to check our body temperature. Laboratory thermometer is used to take the temperature in laboratory. These are the differences between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So students, it is most important, make a note of this in your classwork.
It is possible to identify whether the object is hot or cold with the help of temperature. How do we measure temperature? In hospitals, you might have seen doctors using a device for measuring temperature. What is it? It is a thermometer. The type of thermometer which is used to measure temperature of our body is called a clinical thermometer. Let's understand its structure. It is a long narrow tube with same thickness throughout the length. On one side of this tube, there is a bulb which contains mercury. For reading the temperature, there is a scale printed on thermometer. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. However, it can vary between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the clinical thermometer has reading from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Here, you must have understood that 35 and 42 are numbers and degrees Celsius is a unit of temperature. There is a very fine tube which originates from the bulb. It is called capillary tube. With rise in temperature, mercury expands in this tube. The capillary tube is bent near the bulb. It prevents mercury from flowing back into the bulb immediately. It gives more time to read the temperature. To get more correct reading, there are some divisions between two consecutive numbers. If there are 10 divisions, then each division signifies 1 by 10, that is equal to 0.1 degree Celsius temperature. And if there are 5 divisions, then each division suggests 1 by 5, that is equal to 0.2 degree Celsius temperature. How to use a thermometer? Before using thermometer, you should wash it with some antiseptic solution. Also, give some jerks to it so as to bring the mercury level falls below 35 degrees Celsius. Now, place the bulb of thermometer under your tongue. Keep it as it is for 1 minute and let the mercury expand in the tube. Now, take the thermometer out and find out the reading shown by the mercury. Just now you have identified your body temperature. Here is a sample value which is showing 37 degrees Celsius and 0.4 degrees Celsius, that is 37.4 degrees Celsius. For temperature measurement, there are units other than Celsius, such as Kelvin and Fahrenheit. Their scales also vary from that of Celsius scale. Always remember, never use a clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of hot objects other than human body. It may break.
Okay students, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Still now we have discussed about hot and cold objects, then about temperature, difference between heat and temperature, then the instrument which we use to measure the temperature, types of thermometers, that is clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer, differences between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Then we have discussed about what are the precautions we can take to use the thermometer, right? We have learnt in this topic our sense of touch is not always a reliable guide to the degree of hotness of an object. Temperature, it is a measure of the degree of hotness of an object. Then thermometer. What is thermometer? Yes, it is a device used for measuring the temperature. Then clinical thermometer is used to measure our body temperature. The range of this thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. For other purpose, we use the laboratory thermometers. The range of these thermometers is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. These all are the important points of the topic. Hope you enjoyed the topic. In our next class, we are going to learn about the transfer of heat. Bye bye children.